My people, this is really heartbreaking. Today, Boko Haram parades over 100 abducted victims in Kwara community, accuses Nigeria government of propaganda. They are telling what that Nigeria government is lying about insecurity in Nigeria. Can you just imagine that? Look at, like, the bandits and the terrorists are the ones with evidence. Why Nigeria government is telling the world lies just to cover up, and they are paying money to cover up the atrocities that are happening in Nigeria. Instead of them to focus on how to stop this insecurity, they just want to cover up. Look at little children, mothers. Nigeria government is saying that it is 75 victims, while Boko Haram themselves are bringing evidence saying that Nigeria government, they are lying. Nigeria government is full of propaganda, that it is 176 victims are with them. Okay, look at what somebody wrote. They said 176 victims, women, children, a nursing mother, paraded like cattle, while the government was busy counting 75 bodies. Boko Haram was holding 176 souls. The terrorists said it by themselves. Kwara state government lied to Nigeria and to the whole world. They didn't just attack, they documented, they counted, and they mocked. The community resisted indoctrination. They refused to surrender to extremists. For that, they were massacred. And when the government finally spoke, they gave numbers that didn't match reality. Now the world sees the video. Now the world knows. Propaganda. The terrorists are the ones parading evidence. What a shame. Like, what a shame. Can you just imagine that the reason why these terrorists are buying these people in Kwara State because of they refuse to accept Sharia law? No wonder some of the Northerners are really defending these terrorists. Instead of them to help this government to tackle this insecurity in the north, these people will come out publicly, even on national television, defending these terrorists. Look at this particular one now. Instead of them to urge Nigeria government to tackle this insecurity in the north, no, they will rather go after anyone that talk about the insecurity in the north, or calling Donald Trump to go ahead and make sure that they wipe out these terrorists in the north. And our first lady went to US and said that the airstrike on 25th of December 2025 was a blessing, that we need like more airstrike in the north in order to wipe out these terrorists. The Northerners, they understood like what this woman was saying. Instead of them to support her to make sure that this insecurity in the north stop, my people, they turn around and start blaming this woman, saying that she's calling on Trump to come and bomb the north. Okay, look at this man here now. That is, I guess, what the first lady said concerning Donald Trump coming to the north to bomb the north, yeah? Instead of him to tackle the first lady, no, he's not bringing Igbos into this discussion, saying that why not call Donald Trump to come and bomb the southeast? That IPOP and ESN also terrorizing the southeast, this south. Can you just imagine that? Instead of this man to support what the first lady said, though, in order to stop this terrorism in the north, he's not defending the terrorists, saying that if Donald Trump can come and bomb the north, like terrorists in the north, why not in the southeast? That IPOB, ESN, they are also terrorizing the southeast, this and that. Like, from nowhere, this man just brought Igbos in this particular discussion. This is the reason why Barrister Darlington is always shouting that the Northerners, if they truly want this insecurity to stop, they will do it. Just that they're enabling it because of their selfish interest when it comes to politics. And we can see it clearly that what Barrister Darlington had been shouting for a very long time is nothing but the truth. My people, let me allow you guys to watch this video from Boko Haram, as well as what this man said concerning what the first lady said, as how he brought Igbos in this particular discussion, and also what Barrister Darlington said concerning all this matter, because these terrorists sent another letter in Kwara State telling them the date they are coming again to buy people in Kwara State. Can you just imagine? What a country, my people. Just take a listen.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulullah. Da dai waɗannan mutanen su ne wanda aka kama su a Woro. To yanzu za ku ji yanayin inda aka kama su da kuma yanayin yawan nasu a bakin su. Ya ana aka kama ku? Wace karamar hukuma? wace jiha ce?
Kwara State.
Kefa, a ina aka kamo ku?
Kwara an ka kama mu.
Wace karamar hukuma?
Local government.
Wace jiha?
Kwara State.
Nawa ne adadin naku?
176.
Kefa ma mai jan riga. A ina aka kamo ku?
Waro,
Wace karamar hukuma ne?
local government Kayama,
A wace jiha ne?
Kwara State,
To kun dai ji adadin naku fa?
176.
To kun ji dai gashi gwamnatin naku ta kafurci da ta karya ga tana taya mutane karya ku ba ku wuce 30 ba ko 20 da wani abu.
First Lady of the country was in America, and she was calling for more American strikes in the northern. She specifically stated northern part of the country. She didn't call for strikes in the southeastern part of the country that are suffering from the IPOB and sit at home and issues of separation, agitations of separation, killings that are going on.
You don't
there.
think that it's fair to say that the North is a top priority when it comes to insecurity?
The North is a top priority when it comes to insecurity, but it shouldn't be labeled as a crisis that is based on faith.
Is there a chance
Muslims
that you are
dying.
misinterpreting the efforts as something that is targeting Muslims or North to destroy the region?
Of course, of course. It is
I mean,
a deliberate act.
but where's
It is
the facts
The
to
facts are
support that?
the facts are numerous. Wherever America in the past 20 years has conducted war, it's in Islamic countries, from Somalia to Yemen to Iraq to recently in Iran. Forgetting the fact that millions of Christians are killed in Palestine today. Millions and millions of Muslims are being killed over the years. The recent count in just the 2025 crisis between the Palestinians and the Israelis, 70,000 people dead. Americans are not focusing on that. The European countries are not focusing on that. So this brings out the hypocrisy in this in the southern hegemony. In the context of people with certain faith being designated as certain people.
So you're
If you
accusing
come back
wife.
here,
You're accusing the wife of the president of what exactly? What did the first lady do
the
wrong?
First Lady has called for attacks. The
Against
American
terrorists.
government, she did not mention terrorists.
Who do you
did
think
not
she wants
No,
to
but
be
she did not
attacked?
mention terrorists.
But you should go without saying
Quoting her
that-
word for word, she called for more strikes in the northern part of the country. That's quoting her word for word. And if you look at the narratives that are being sent out by certain media organizations in Nigeria here, you talk about Fulani herdsmen bandits. You don't talk about Igbo bandits. You label criminality and target to a certain faith, or you target to a certain ethnicity, is absolute profiling and is condemnable. This is what we need to desist from doing. We should call a criminal, whatever his background of faith, whatever his background of ethnicity, whatever his background of geography where he comes from. A terrorist is a terrorist. A criminal is a criminal. There is no need demonizing so many other people, innocent people. I'm a Fulani man, back and forth. If you say Fulani herdsman bandit, you're including me. There are criminals that I don't associate with.
But isn't there a chance that, I mean, the possibility that all the things you're saying could be true? However, the same narrative could also be empirical, that the bandits are majority from the Fulani extraction. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, if the bandits are from the Fulani extraction, then are you calling every Fulani man a bandit?
Yeah, but that is the point that has not been made.
All right, let me ask you another question. The majority of the people in ESN and IPOB are Igbos. We up till now have the tag of unknown gunmen. Why is it that we don't have the tag Igbo gunmen?
Barrister, INEC has released 2027 timetable, and the opposition political parties have commended them. But a couple of Nigerians are afraid that would we have an election in 2027 with the spate of insecurity in the country? These terrorist organizations, they now term themselves as Nigerian Terrorist Association, NTA. That's what they've called themselves now. They wrote a letter to some communities in Kwara State. In the letter, they are claiming that they will come anytime. They even alleged that when they come, okay, they will come anytime, not specifically, and that if they like, they should prepare for them. But they want to see how the men in that community intend to fight them off. They went ahead to say that they wrote it, although it wasn't comprehensible, their English wasn't legible, you know. They said, we heard about this town, Ira. You people strong and have many powerful men to face our organization. They said, be ready for us at any time, any date. Nothing concern about your, maybe they intended to write, nothing concern us about your oracle or your power, or you are powerful. We left Kayama local government. We moved to Ira, Inaja and Aho, and the town is surrounded. Barrister, they were brazen to do that. Now, there is an emergency session that has been convened, but the thing is, when these things happen, they don't say specifically when they come. They know security will gather around the communities that they have mentioned, and according to what Mr. Elvis said, it could be a distraction. Maybe it's another community they intend to attack. So while security is focusing on this community, they're attacking another one. And I asked Mr. Elvis a question. I said, is the agenda to take over Kwara State? Maybe, I don't know what the agenda is, because this time around they are not talking about religion, so we're extricating religion out of it. They didn't say they're coming to Islamize or do anything. They call themselves Nigerian Terrorist Association, an association of terrorists. They've admitted now, so it's not a religion thing. What exactly is the agenda of these guys? If it is not to radicalize the people, they have admitted that they are terrorists, an association of Nigerian terrorists. So what is the agenda? Is there an agenda that Nigerians do not know, or Nigerians know but are afraid to say what it is?
There is an agenda. And it didn't start today. It started way back when Afonja and Alimi had an issue. You know that Kwara used to be part of the old Oyo Empire.
Okay.
And so after that incident, the Alimi side, was able to kill Afonja, and they took part of that place, Hankoki. If you look at the map of the old Oyo Empire, it spread through that axis. But these people took it by force of arm. And of course, the Alaafin Aroye had to capitulate and then surrender his throne and all that. So the history is there for everybody to read. Out of the 16 local government in Kwara State, 12 of them are mostly the Yoruba side. Then from the other side, that is 4. That is where the emir come from. 4 local government dominating 12. They are the one that decide what happened in Kwara and all that. So the other side that is the Yoruba dominated, they are just there, being controlled and being ruled by the emir from these other 4 local governments. So when you hear this type of thing, Esther, go back to history. There is a history to all these things. It's just that we don't learn. Seriously, we don't learn. And I keep saying it here. I don't like people who sleep on their rights. I don't like it. You give your enemy more fillip, more impetus to commit more havoc in your life. Something has happened to you before, previously. You didn't learn from it. And it's still happening again gradually. You are still talking and complaining. So at what point will you start complaining? When the enemy is persisting.
I know, but if a lot of the community members have, they fled, so the few that would remain obviously would have to look for how to protect themselves.
The attack is strategic. They are strategic in what they are doing. Go and check the areas that have been harassed left and right. Go and check. I have told you here that the last thing a Fulani man will do is to kill his fellow Fulani man. Except by mistake or whatever, but deliberately. A Fulani man cannot kill a Fulani man. It can never happen. Not in this world or the next world, because they have one oath of allegiance to each other. And it starts from Afancy.
What are the closest states to Kwara?
After that, it's not Ekiti. It's just a
Ekiti, Osun, and Oyo states.
30 minutes walk. You have entered Ekiti. But I'm telling you what is happening in Kwara. This was a place that's supposed to be belonging to the southwest. But they took it with Alimi and Afonja feud is not enough. They now want to collect the whole thing. This other 12 local government that are Yoruba dominated and all that. Can you just imagine? The thing is that when people want to be very clever, they will not tell the history and the story of what is going on. You just hear the kids are who did they kill and who killed them? Esther, who did they kill and who killed them? It is from there you now know what is behind the killings. They will never tell you that story. They will never. They will pretend and dance around it, without telling you the full story. They killed some people. Who are those people that they killed? Did they kill themselves? They want to tell themselves the truth. That is very, very annoying. I remember why Sunday Igboho was chased into exile until recently that they now let him go. Is it not because of the certain Esther? When Wakili was just there in the Igboho local government, Igboho community. That is in your own backyard. A terrorist is there kidnapping your people, and then you will not go to him. And then you pay ransom to him so that those who can.
But some people say the reason why a couple of persons are not too bothered is that it is the northern part or the Fulani speaking part or the Muslim part that is mostly affected in Kwara State. I just told you the story now.
Let somebody call and challenge me.
No, you know the last one that happened was not the Yoruba speaking access in Kwara. That's what a couple of persons say. You didn't know, Abi? That's what a couple of persons say, that it's not the Yoruba speaking part of Kwara that these guys came and attacked. All those areas attacked are not like those that the Southwest associate with. But regardless, no one should discriminate in such a manner.
Yes,
that state is part of Nigeria at this moment, and the state is facing an existential crisis. It's just like what's going on in Benue,
that is the
in
problem,
Plateau.
Esther.
So it's like there is a deliberate method to remove the indigenous of the states, and I don't know who intends to occupy the town.
So that's what I'm telling. So who is that people? Who are those indigenous? Where are they from? It's important so that you now know the true story. Who are those indigenous? Can you be killing your own people to take over their village, Esther? No, tell me, is it possible? You know, when people want to tell this story, they will not be truthful about it. Are you telling me that Fulani militia will kill his fellow Fulani man to take over his home? Is it possible?
But the people they killed the last time are persons that you may consider their own people. So these guys seem not care anymore whether you're a Christian,
then
whether you're a Muslim. They're up to something.
That is it. Then it might be a different group. Who are now, you say terrorist association.
Nigerian Terrorist Association. This one, they're not into, I don't think they're into,
another one is coming. Nigeria Bandits Association.
Sure.
Those ones, so that you complete your association. Would you have Bandits Association? This one is Terrorist Association. So what makes you think that bandits will not form their association, their own association? Then Fulani killer herdsmen will come with their own to complete the numbers. Nigeria, we heard you. Did you ever believe that in 21st century Nigeria, these things will happen in Esther? Look, I keep saying it here that God is a wonderful being, seriously. The way God works, Esther, you cannot believe it. God is a wonderful human being.
God because is he's not a human being.
For as far as I'm concerned,
he's a spiritual being.
No. See, what God have done, if this thing did not happen, Esther, imagine what Nigerians will be saying. Nobody would have believed that these guys have such an agenda. APC party. Is it not under their watch that this is happening, Esther? Under their watch. Throughout the 16 years of PDP, Did anybody smell this type of nonsense? Not to talk
The
of happening.
Chibok situation towards the tail end of Jonathan's
It
administration.
never happened because PDP, they were more patriotic. They were more of protecting the interests of Nigeria, both from north to south to east, west, and you know. I mean, you have men who are after the well-being of Nigeria. PDP, they never allowed this type of thing to happen under their watch. We saw it. All the PDP leaders,
But the Chibok
from
situation,
Obasanjo to Yar'Adua, they were patriotic Nigerians who never wanted evil. Esther, can you imagine a president coming into office and tell you that the election that brought me into office, I don't like it, it's not good? He benefited from it, though.
yeah, but
But he
Yar'Adua
was very open.
Yar'Adua was a unique person.
No, that is not a human being.
Yar'Adua was a unique person.
Hey,
Was a
that's what
prince.
I'm telling
He's
you.
one of the northerners.
And he's even
was unique.
a Fulani man.
He's a unique person.
That's what I'm telling you. There are people.
I mean, what's his name? Peter Obi confirmed
Oh
it
my God.
when he had the situation in Anambra State
Anambra.
after the impeachment. How Yar'Adua sent enforcement to protect him,
Can you
to
just
ensure
imagine?
that he was returned. Asked him if he was okay. I mean, all of that stuff. Yar'Adua was unique.
And this happen. Look at how because you are a peaceful man. Look at how peaceful Nigeria was at that time. You know, and so when we say it here, people don't even want to listen. They have made up their mind that Nigeria, there must be violence, there must be, you know, all manner of things before Nigeria. I don't know how that can happen, Esther. I don't know how that can happen. You can't make progress in this type of situation. It's not possible. It is only in the atmosphere of peace that progress can come. We have advised APC. What did we not tell them? When Buhari was alive, we hear Esther. I told him, please use your position, rehabilitate your kinsmen, give them a place so that all these skirmishes with farmers and others will stop. There are vast land in the north that you can collect from Niger State, from everywhere. Don't bring out 4,000 hectares or 1,000 square kilometers of land from Niger State. You have formed an entire state for them. Whatever they need, you provide it for them. I said it here on several occasions, yet nobody paid attention. Look at the vast land that is unoccupied. Is that not where terrorists are using to operate? Meanwhile, this land should have been used for farming and all that. I said it, the northern leaders, they didn't listen to that advice. They prefer what was going on to continue so that they will achieve their aim at the end of the day. Esther, I don't want to hear again that not all of us are this way. It's a lie, yo. The leadership of the North should come out and rein in their mad dog. They should come out and rein them in. They cannot pretend not to know. After what Ishegumi have said, after what El-Rufai have said, then who is the person that is arming and promoting these people? Tell me who. Except the leadership of the North to come out and say, look, we are against this type of rubbish. Say it openly. They know what to do and rein these people in. The same way they mobilize them during the election. The same way they mobilize them during riot and all that. The same day they mobilize them to kill somebody for blasphemy. Then they call them back and say, come, this thing is no longer funny. But all of them will keep quiet. Esther, they will keep quiet. And you are telling me that they are not complicit. No, how do you exonerate them? Tell me how. Look at the statement they are making. Like these people that said that they should, if they don't sack INEC chairman, they will not accept any election he conducted.
Thank God that whole thing has gone down now.
But
It's no
somebody
longer
said
that
it. Somebody said it. Is it not a leader that said that thing? The same leadership. Why can't you use the same leadership position and say, look, you this terrorist and bandit is enough? Can't you call them to order? But you can be very fast when it comes to politics because you want power. Esther, look at the people that are sponsoring terrorism that we are seeing today. Did you ever believe that such people are involved? Did you ever believe? Please tell me. Why did it happen? Because they are using their position to perpetrate evil. True of us. When they were in that office, Esther, Can you even dream that they were part of what is going on, Esther? Did you even dream of it? These are the people in leadership position. I told you here that it got so worse that elder statesmen in Nigeria had to sue Buhari. They sued him to court for 50 billion for being the arrowhead of insecurity in Nigeria. And they go through their affidavit and see what those men swore in their affidavit. I didn't hear Buhari complain or say anything. He just kept quiet because he's above the law.
He's above the law. Didn't know some of these things
were
happening.
This thing, it didn't start today, Esther. And the leadership are involved, because if you don't mobilize these rascals, they will not do anything. Some people are promoting them, some people are guarding them on.
But
some people are behind what they are doing.
It's become terrible now. At the cost of people's lives.
So they don't bother.
The agenda is not agending. I don't understand exactly what it means. What exactly are you driving at? You had an orientation before, but now you have moved to something else. It's no longer under the guise of the religion you claim you're trying to perpetuate, because that religion has sort of distanced themselves from you guys. So what is your agenda now? What do you need? They
told them that Satanas are their problem, because the leadership is no longer getting the rosy things they used to enjoy before and all that.
What rosy things? What rosy things?
You are forgetting that before Obasanjo came to power, some emirs used to collect 2% oil royalties. Have you forgotten, Esther? Have you forgotten? Oh God! You don't know what is that? What is pinching these people? There are certain things they were enjoying before that they are no longer enjoying. Because Nigeria want to be restructured. You can no longer be monkey they walk, baboon they chop.
Because Nigeria wants to be. You said because Nigeria wants to be restructured. Well, there were talks that the president was going to introduce that.
Is that not what the APC campaigned with?
So why the delay in that?
No, they didn't believe that it would be like this now. Can't you see every move this administration make, the North will read meaning into it and said it's not in their favor. We don't relocate this one. Everything must be in the North, Esther. Esther, didn't you see it? Didn't you hear when it was happening? Everything must be in the North. They must decide who will live and who will die.
No, Barrister, if it is about North and South, how much has the North done for their people? But if we want to look at it, although that's why I said a lot of persons had high expectation from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because you would say, oh, possibly Muhammadu Buhari was from the North and they had a particular mindset, so it is not surprising to see how his administration was. But you are exposed, you claim you're educated, you are a pro-democracy fighter, you fought for Nigeria to become what it is. There are high expectations that now a Southerner is in charge, things will be different, right? Things will get better. But I don't. What's going to be the boasting aura after his dispensation to say, during my time we were able to do this, we were better than these people we complain about have driven us behind. I don't know if you understand what I am saying. So it's not about North or South. It's about the principles of the individual there.
Esther, when people have been brainwashed and deceived into a state of Stockholm syndrome. And you know what Stockholm syndrome means. When you see your oppressor as your messiah, is that not the state? Because if this northern youth were to know that their leaders have not fared better with them, I mean, they would think twice now when they tell them to go and do some of these dirty things they are doing. Is that not true?
True.
But they have surrendered their life to them, so they like to manipulate and use them. So when somebody is telling me, not only that, look, I don't want to hear that, because I know their modus operandi, Esther. You cannot deceive me. If you're a leader and you want the welfare and well-being of your people, the Almajiri school that Jonathan built, you would have, in fact, you had taken it to another level by now. But because you don't want your people to be educated, so that you continue to use them, is that not the only reason? Esther, is that not the only reason? So that you continue to use them to do dirty things and preach the wrong Islamic code for them. All the good Muslims that I know always complain that this is not what the Quran said, though. This thing is not what is in the Quran, no. But to those people who don't want to hear that, because it is to their own interest that they keep these people where they are. Yeah, they should keep them where they are so that they will use them. Esther, they will use them. No other reason. They will use them. For 5,000 naira, you go and kill a human being. Is that person normal? Let them come and tell me that they don't know what is going on and they don't know how to curb it. On their own, they cannot do anything except with these people. That is their own bargaining chip. That is their own leverage. This brigandage, violence and banditry. That's their own leverage. That's their own export, their own product in Nigeria. Whenever they want anything, they will use violence to get it. Is there any other reason? And you are telling me that I should not call out those people behind it? No, they should not call them out, Abi. Then who is behind them?
This has morphed to something else. The agenda is despicable, but this has morphed to something else. A community or a state where people used to live together in peace, regardless of their religious affiliation.
It's become a big business, Esther. You remember when one was lamented after that of, I don't know, Kaduna or Niger? How some youths will see a young woman, a married woman, they will now call the husband or anybody, I call her and say, come, I want to see you. And God help you if you did not go and answer them. Esther, you had that man lament. He said they even know them. That one of them saw him where they were sitting around the fire or something, drinking one of these their drink. And the young boy had to tell Alaji, forget about what happened. Leave it for God. This man was lamenting, Esther. You can imagine a society that is growing that type of youth. What does the future portend for that society, Esther? Can you just imagine? A young boy that should be thinking of his future and all that. What is after is using violence to take other people's wife and daughter.
Because Barrister, the Grand Mufti of Yoruba land has raised strong concerns over the emergence of a new Islamic body in the southwest. He warned that the group could open the door to extremist influences similar to Boko Haram and Sine. His name is Sheikh Abdulaziz Ishola. He said the newly launched League of Imams and Alfaz do not represent the true Islamic leadership of the Yoruba region. He described it as an imitation of the long-standing and recognized body of Muslim clerics in the southwest. According to him, the group was inaugurated between February 11 and 12, 2026 in Iwo, and later expanded its reach to Edo and Delta states. He faulted the move, saying Edo and Delta do not belong to the traditional southwest structure of the Yoruba Muslim leadership. Ishola explained that the authentic League of Imams and Alfaz has existed since the early 1960s and is made up of respected chief imams across Yoruba land. He said the new body was formed by only a few individuals without the consent of established religious authorities. He accused the founders of pushing a hidden agenda and trying to draw closer to northern Muslim organizations in a way that could create division. He insisted that the legitimate league has always maintained peaceful cooperation with Islamic bodies in other regions. He noted that the regional Islamic groups have existed for decades without causing conflict. He cited Jama'atun Nasir al-Islam as an example of a northern-based body that operates without tension with southern groups, so that the true Yoruba Muslims would not support any movement capable of provoking religious crisis in the region, and that the formation of rival structures could destabilize long-standing harmony amongst Muslims in the southwest.
You now see why Kwara is burning. You now see why Kwara is burning. Esther.
So there are some persons fueling this within the states.
No, his spirit that is doing is not human being. The thing is that we don't want to hear the truth.
No, Barrister,
we don't want to tell ourselves the truth. That is very painful.
He said that the newly launched League of Imams and Alfaz.
They didn't know since last year. I remember when I said it here, somebody said, what is my own? After all, why should I be drinking Panadol for somebody's headache? Why should I be talking to the Yorubas like that? Why, can you just imagine? Esther, they said it here. As if I didn't see what I'm saying. Why not address the issue and leave me alone? They said, why should I be talking? Every time we have been talking about the Southwest, the Yorubas. I don't like the Yorubas. Esther, is that not why I kept quiet? Esther, please, is that not why I kept quiet? And now look at what is happening. Each time somebody want to tell the truth to hear, they will leave the truth and be pursuing that person. You don't want to hear me talk, Abi. I will keep quiet now. I told you the other day that the best thing now is for us to be telling ourselves lies. Let me see how lies will move us forward. Let nobody say it too. I even challenge Jare Anokakanfo. I said, Gani Adams, you are supposed to be the generalissimo of the Yoruba land. Why is this one happening under your nose? I challenged him that day. But they said I should not talk. I should not talk about the Yorubas. I hate them. Can you just imagine? Esther, if anything happens here today, will it not affect me? Am I not living in Yoruba land?
Obviously.
Oh, so they said I should not talk.
Don't even
it
want
doesn't
that.
concern me. I should go to my state.
They don't want that to get here because most people reside here.
No, they said I should go to my state. The way these people talk to me, I just don't like it, Esther. I feel like keeping quiet. It's just that my conscience will not allow me.
It's not all of them.
My conscience.
Don't take them serious, Barrister. Those are politically induced persons.
Wait, you see what is happening. You can't even address it. You can't talk. You know. Rather, whenever there's a small matter between a trader and a buyer in the Mushi market or whatever, and concern one Igbo or one, you blow it out of proportion.
Those are politically
that the Igbos want to take over Lagos.
Those are politically induced elements.
Esther, can you just imagine?
Whatever affects you affects every other person.
They wouldn't want to look at the issue. Look, every time
point.
something happens here between the Yoruba man and Igbo man, they will blow it out of proportion. The Igbos want to take over Lagos. They want to do this. The people that want to take over, you say you're not looking at their direction at all, Esther.
It can't even even be surmised as that, because a Yoruba can have an altercation with another Yoruba, an Igbo can have an altercation with another Igbo.
It's
terrible. How can they conclude to say that is basically what it is?
Well, have I not challenged them to show me one place where Igbos have dominated in the southwest and claim that this place is their own? They did not buy it. They did not rent it, and they are not paying rent on that place. Go and show me one place.
Barrister, the happenings now is beyond all of that. This attention needs to be paid to this. I don't know what the president and his advisors are doing about this. I don't know how soon they need to act, but these individuals are no longer operating under the guise of religion. They're operating under something else, and what that thing else is now scary, because normally these organizations used to have an agenda. For Boko Haram, it was that Western education was a sin, and they were targeting schools and all of that. They were trying to stop all of any form of Western adoption or adaptation to stop. But this set of terrorists have morphed to something else using religion. But right now, with what these people are saying, with the letter that was just written now in Kwara State, it's no longer about religion. It's something else. Barrister, let's look at again, like I said, I think this is an opportunity for the federal government to wake up. It's no longer about politics. If you do not take care of your nation, if you do not secure the country, you may not see a 2027 to run your campaign or to run your elections.
Have they woken up, Esther?
I don't know.
From when a Fulani man was the president and now a Yoruba man is the president, have they woken up, Esther? Have they woken up? Seriously, have they woken up? That is the issue here. I didn't even believe that under a Tinubu administration, one fly from the north will stray into the southwest. I mean a fly, not to talk of a human being. I didn't even believe that it could happen. That they want to Islamize the southwest. To finish what they started with Alimi and his fellow jihadists. The Balogons should wake up now. I don't know the one that stopped them the first time, so they should wake up. That's just the truth.
All right, sir. Former Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, has said that those in power are uneasy about his return to Nigeria, declaring that the political struggle to unseat President Tinubu's administration has begun. He said if he was reluctant or slow about it before with what happened at the airport yesterday, he is now more than ever determined to ensure that Tinubu does not return in 2027. El-Rufai has spoken like there are some secrets he knows about Tinubu. He says when the time comes, he will speak. I don't know what he wants to say that Nigerians do not already know. And he says that when the government came, he was among the few who openly said we would oppose it and remove it. He said he brought this government to power and he also knows how to remove them, that he will remove them. He added that if there were any genuine allegations against him, they would have been resolved a long time ago. There's no genuine allegations against him, that the situation now is politically motivated. But he has an EFCC case. Yet last year, the FCC wrote a letter to him, but he's saying that the ICPC did not write any letter. The DSS that came to him did not even write a letter. There was no warrant on them, if not for his supporters that were around him yesterday when he arrived from Cairo. But Barrister Darlington Agumo, there are several talks as to the situation with El-Rufai. For example, a couple of persons feel that the government of the day is making him popular because when he arrived at to Kaduna State for prayers today, the persons that welcomed him, it was like a campaign. You know, it almost feels like if Tinubu thinks he can attack us, we will show him who brought him to power or something like that. There's a veiled threat. So he's saying that for him, he doesn't have any disagreement with the current government. It's just that there are differences in objectives. What kind of differences in objectives? These objectives that you were not aware of before you campaigned for this administration. These objectives that you were not aware of before you gave your allegiance to the party. So a couple of persons are saying the timing of this difference in objectives is quite funny. Although he said if the government of the day had given him any form of appointment, he wouldn't have stayed on because of what he's currently saying. He has alleged that Tinubu's government does not know what he's doing, that he surrounded himself with Lagos boys who have no inkling or an idea on what governance is all about, but to enrich themselves and their personal pocket. So the question is this: what veiled threat, what secret does El-Rufai know about Tinubu that he feels that secret is strong enough to deter Tinubu from whatever mechanism he intends to apply to win 2027?
A young man was accused of sleeping with the father's wife, and then the villagers gathered and they brought him in the village square and they were beating him. Say, you have committed abomination. You are the people that we are going to the market in the morning. They equally beat him, and while they were going to market because of what they believe the young man have done. Esther, as they were coming back from the market in the evening, they saw people still beating the same young man. The same people, they say, why are you still beating him? What did he do? Well, it's enough now. Since morning you are beating this man. You know, what kind of thing did he commit like this that you people are beating up since morning? Una one kill him. That is human being for you, Esther. The same people who said, Hosanna, Hosanna, while Christ was going to Jerusalem. They were the same people that got there and said they should crucify him. That is the ambivalent character of human beings, Esther. That is the ambivalent character of human beings. Was it not yesterday that the Southwest and the North were doing chumi? And the Igbo man become the bad boy of Nigeria. So what is going on now?
He's not threatening you. He's talking about Tinubu, not you.
It's about the Southwest. It's about the South now, based on the permutation, the political permutation of Nigeria.
You think it's the South?
The North and the South. Buhari finished for 8 years with this, even when his administration was the worst. In fact, it was a disaster. Now, this man came to make amends, even though he's not doing it the right way. He came to correct certain things, but they are resisting it, Esther. The North is resisting it because it's like Tinubu is not doing what they asked him to do.
What do you think they asked him to do? What do you think they asked him to do? To do what precisely?
It's the same thing that happened in Rivers. Agreement is agreement, but nobody wants to tell us the agreement. Esther, will you come out and tell the whole world this agreement?
No, Barrister, I want to understand. Asked him to do. Is it appointment that he did not give them?
You are not listening.
Hold on. Is it appointment he did not give them? Is it recognition he did not give them? If anybody is even to complain about lack of representation in federal character and allocation, is the Southeast and the South-South.
Esther, I have told you here that no matter what you do to your concubine's son, he will never call you his father. Take him to school, or buy him bread, or buy him gift. The day he will grow up, he tell you, who are you, sir? What did you do? I don't want to see you in this compound again. That is the boy you were helping yesterday, doing all the things for. So that is the human being for you, Esther. You must have this at the back of your mind whenever you are doing anything. The North are never satisfied with whatever you give them, except they are in charge. Esther, they want to put it in our constitution that the North will always produce leadership. Didn't you hear when somebody said that they are born to rule?
More often than not, let's say you are born to rule. Let's say you always want to be in charge. Have you done right by the people?
It doesn't matter. Just stay there. Just stay there. Let others be working for you, Esther. That is feudalism for you. Are you not getting it? We are not supposed to be together. This amalgamation in 1914 is the problem of Nigeria. You brought three strange bedfellows together for your own selfish interest, and now the conundrum is trying to consume the whole place.
The conundrum.
We are not together. We can never be together with this type of lifestyle. It can never happen.
But Barrister, Nigerians have
can never
been
happen.
able to weave along and get themselves together
True talk.
all these years.
You are talking to
These
yourself.
differences
They are
have
not
become so
interested, though.
prominent.
They are not interested. While you are thinking of tomorrow, how to move forward, they are thinking of 20 years behind time.
Then the problem is the leadership structure there, which is what should be looked into.
And you are the one to look into it, Abi. Or you go and tell them that their leadership is flawed. Go and tell them that feudalism have died with 18th and 19th century. Go and tell them so, and see what will happen. Go and tell. I told you here how this thing have benefited the leadership of the North, and they want to sustain it. Ahmad Bello had all the opportunity to give the northern youth free education. I mean, all of them, so that they can be at par with the Southwest when Awolowo gave the same thing. But he deliberately refused. And what he told Awolowo was, come, if we educate all these people, who will serve our children? With that kind of mindset, Esther, what are you talking about? Are you not seeing it playing out? With the leadership of this country that have been in the House of the North for 50 years out of our 65 years of independence, what did they do with it, Esther? No, hold on. What did they do with it? At least with their own people. And you are telling me they don't know what they are doing. So when I call the leadership, yes, I am very, very correct. The facts are there. They don't want this thing to end because that's what they use to stay in power. Simple.
Well, Barrister, if this is a game, people's lives are at stake and it cannot continue.
They don't bother. I mean, it doesn't matter.
It makes no sense. El-Rufai, very soon, I think he has an interview today, so we'll get to hear what he has to say, because after what happened, I think the last time he had an interview with Charles on Arise TV. That was where a couple of statements were made, and since then he's been quiet. He traveled, he's back now. I think the situation that happened yesterday is what is prompting him to want to speak. We're waiting to hear more, aside from a couple of things that have been written. I think when Atiku went to meet with him, these were some of the things that he said in that meeting, and I think he intends to divulge more. So let's know, possibly because he knows very soon he'll have to go answer or respond to questions, because this determination, it's not a one-person thing, and it's not about talk. The opposition, if they are serious, then they need to do more than what exactly they're doing now. Barrister Darlington, with the take, despite the fact that President Donald Trump recognized the wife of the president, very recently, some Nigerians are still peddling that the reason why Trump's case is still on Nigeria and this whole designation of certain organization and persons is that he wants to install a candidate of his choice in 2027. And Barrister, we need to clarify all of this, because like I was telling you, that social media has become a very dangerous point where one needs to be careful with the kind of information they gather from there. Please, Barrister, legally, constitutionally, all right, let's put this in proper context. Can Trump, the United States president, insert any candidate of his choice in a country that practices democracy, even if he intends? Barrister, we have our constitution, we have our own modus operandi, and we're a supposed sovereign nation. Okay, can Trump do that? Let's be done with this narrative as quick as possible.
There is one thing you cannot deny the Americans. Seriously, it's like a culture. Let me give you an example. You know
No,
this.
Barrister, hold that thought. Let's just take this break, all right?
Okay,
Please.
okay,
So that they
go
will not
ahead.
surcharge me. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. We needed to put it to rest. Does Trump has a right to do so? Because a couple of persons are saying that the president, that's our president, has criminal records. But Trump was convicted of 34 felonies a year ago, just a year ago, and he's still battling these cases. So one of those cases is the Epstein files, all right? About a jury of 12 New Yorkers convicted Donald Trump for falsifying business records as part of an alleged hush money scheme to influence the 2016 elections. Also, the fact that people thronged the White House after his first term ended, those crimes are part of the issues against him. So they are saying that if you have issues against you, you're not a saint, you're not also clean. So if you're alleging that the president's hands are not clean or he's attached to corruption and all whatnot, what places you in a sane pedestal to say that I cannot have anything to do with this person, I don't want this person there, so I need a different person to be put there? What gives you that mandate to authorize someone else there just because you don't like this person or you feel this person does not meet a certain requirement or specification?
We have a Trump that is the president of America.
Okay.
And we have a Trump that is the policeman of the world. You must separate the two.
Okay.
And America always wanted their presidents to be high up there, to be the boogeyman, to be the man that the whole world should fear. That is what Americans want in their president. And that was why Jimmy Carter lost to Ronald Reagan. You know, Jimmy Carter was a gentleman, a farmer and all that. But when you could not match the onslaught of USSR, Americans had to bring in a Ronald Reagan, the cowboy, Washington cowboy. And they saw, of course, when he came in, you saw his Star Wars. This man started the military armament of America when he created the Star Wars. And Americans saw the difference. So that is the America you should analyze. There is America that is at home and America that is out there protecting the interests of the generality of Americans. Okay, look at it this way. With all his bravado outside America, at home, they still the institution of America still humbled him. True or false?
Sure.
He surrendered to the institutions of America. But look at this man who was so bold to go and adopt a sitting president in Venezuela. Can he have the same power in America to go and say this or that must happen? Esther, that is the difference between Americans and their institutions. No matter what you do, you must not compromise their institution. Never. The institution will catch you. They are just waiting for him to finish the presidency. Then you go and answer for his charges. Is that not true? In Nigeria here, have you ever prosecuted a retired president or whatever? Have you ever investigated a sitting president of Nigeria? Not to talk of when he leaves office. So please, they have their institution. And besides, Esther, America is worried that you are messing up their product.
Yeah.
Listen very well, oh. Listen, oh. America created this presidential democracy, true or false?
True.
It's their baby. And so when they see you messing it up, they will be worried. Because that is their product. That is their product. Yes. And they know that if anything should happen today, America will bear the brunt because all of you will be running there for refugee status and all that. And when this government can go all out, all the terrorist sponsors, because the arrogance of these people is so much, Esther. I mean, you see how these people talk and how they behave. Esther. One of them was so arrogant and threatened the wife of the president that God told him to kill her because she's an infidel, he's a Christian. Can you just imagine, Esther? No, if they arrest that man tomorrow now, they say he's witch hunting. The president is attacking the north. Esther, me, I won't even listen to what I will do it. I will carry you. I'll say, go and dump him inside the dungeon. What kind of arrogance is that? Is that part of whatever? How can you say such a thing, Esther? A leader, a Muslim leader, a sheikh for that matter, not even an imam. Because I know that a sheikh is higher than an imam. So why would such a person make such a statement and everybody kept quiet? Because we have been keeping quiet over the years. Is that not true? So when you now react and they say, when does this one start now? Say now today we now begin open eye. You know that kind of thing. And that's why my people say that if you allow evil to fester in an environment for too long, it becomes what? Tradition and culture. Yes, because you allowed it, you sat on it, you didn't bother, you allowed it. We allowed it not to go this far in arrogance. We have not been challenging them. Whatever they want to do, they will do it without care, without thinking, as if it don't matter.
Well, Barrister, there are complaints that the elections for next year has been slated during the Ramadan period. They're asking Mr. Amupiton to consider Ramadan. A couple of persons are twisting it that maybe because he dislikes Muslims, that was why he slated the elections during the Ramadan. Meanwhile, he has said that there are still changes to be made based on the passage of the Electoral Act and confirmation and signature from the National Assembly. There are a lot of things that needs to be done, updates that needs to be done on the Electoral Act. So, I mean, should anyone read any meaning to this?
You can see what we are talking about. Esther, you can just imagine. It's
just a few persons who are reasoning like that.
Everything is all about religion and tribalism and ethnicity.
That's the unfortunate thing. Like, issues are not properly discussed, but everything is being looked from a prism
this other day that Christians used to do their fasting and all the other religious programs. Have they come to tell you no? Because it is a fasting period.
There are complaints.
Don't say that, oh. Don't say that, Esther. There was a time we wanted to do Miss Nigeria in Abuja. They said it is the same religious that's going on, therefore it must not be held. And they never held it in Abuja. They took it to Calabar. So is that not true? This is just something that it doesn't have to do with religion. So Abuja is not their own. You can't do anything there. It's just in Abuja.
But Barrister, ministers are complaining that out of the money slated for their different ministries, very few was given to them. For example, they budgeted 858 billion naira to bridge the electricity tariff gap in Nigeria, but only 60 million naira was released. The Minister of Transportation too is also complaining that out of what was budgeted, it was not even up to 100 million that was released to him. And that's why we're seeing a lot of deficits in some of the prominent sectors that were meant to be yielding positive results. But the government of the day releases statistics that everything is going on well and that economically the policies are working. So where is the money going? All the monies that were earmarked for budgets in these ministries, who collected them? How come you're releasing something small and something else is budgeted? If there was no money for it, why did you approve the budget? If a ministry submits a budget, a proposed budget, you look at it and say, we don't have the money for this. All right, but you collect it, then you release something small. So where is all the money going? Now, I think subsidy has been removed, right? So we're obviously no longer paying for certain things. So where is the money going? If all the ministers are complaining, Barrister Darlington, all the ministers are complaining that very little was given to them.
So, now that they are talking, I want to hear what Barrister Darlington will say. Because this is what I've been expecting from them. Embarrass our government, this and that. Let them speak up. Even the governors, they are not speaking up. Let them speak up so that we now know the true picture. Because every time when we can say, go and face your governors, your governor, what about you? How about you? Who is their father at the top there? Why not to do your own carry out your own responsibility? So that from you now, the governors will take a cue. So that from you now, you can have the impetus to challenge the governors, to embarrass them even, to embarrass them. With your performance, the governors will pick up. Esther, true or false? If the governors see what the federal government is doing with their own money, nobody will tell them to pick up now. That's why you have the two types of government in a federation, the state and federal. The federal, what have you done so far with your own money, your security vote, your own allocation? What exactly have you done? The money you go and borrow all the time, Do you share it with the state government? Are you not the one that is keeping it? So what are you doing with it? These are issues. So when you have not done what you're supposed to do as a federal government, why are you blaming the states? They should speak up now. All the ministers, yes, speak up. Because I told you, Esther, this is the election period, though. All the money is needed. Esther, I've told you, if the last election cost 6 trillion, this time around, it may be 12 trillion, oh, that some people may spend for this election. It may be 12 trillion. Because
all the ministers are coming out to say they've not gotten up to 10%.
Everything has been monetized. So this is no longer an election. With this thing that they are buying vote all over Nigeria, do you know how much that will come to, Esther?
Yes, Federal Ministry of Transportation said it received only 1% of 256.73 billion naira allocated to it for capital expenditure in the year 2025.
Okay. And you are still blaming them. Esther, and you are still blaming them that nothing is working. Can you just imagine? So where did the money go? The subsidy, the so-called subsidy that they say they remove. And money is now everywhere. They don't know what to do with money.
But do you know how dangerous it is? El-Rufai is admitting on national television that somebody tapped the phone of Nuhu Ribadu. Why would you, if you had that exclusive intel, why would you say that on national television? That's what he's saying on TV now, that somebody tapped the NSA's telephone. That was how they got to know that he is the one that is after him, to listen to his conversation.
Okay. It is left for them.
Barrister,
no,
you don't understand. You're not a serving anything.
Look,
somebody tapped the phone of the NSA. Is that not a security breach? And the person tapped it for him, El-Rufai, to listen to the NSA's conversation. And then you didn't even try to cover up that intel. You came on national television to say that.
Is that the only thing they did? Remember when his car was stolen? Esther, did you remember? This Nuhu Ribadu. Did you hear when his car was stolen? Or was it
yes,
not?
It was stolen.
Oh, so this one is too small now compared to what they have done so far. What I'm saying in essence that they should watch themselves. There are most in this government, Esther. There are most serious most in this government, and that is what happened when you have when you have become overconfident, overconfident that you don't watch your back. When you have offended so many people, they become your enemy, and they be looking for every means to bring you down. El-Rufai just hinted of something so that
he's just saying, and he knows it's an illegality because the interviewer, that's Charles Anyagolo, says you do know that's illegal. He said it's illegal, but you know it's illegal. Why come and say it on national television?
Esther, the man is bargaining. If they know that he knows too much, they may not trouble him too much. That's it. If they know that he knows too much, they may not trouble him too much to avoid more scandal, because you don't know what he knows. This man that the man said it one time when he became Abuja minister of FCT. Remember, and he was being threatened. He said, "Look, you people that are threatening me, what else is left in my family? People don't get. People don't get." He
talk with full chest, though. Baba no send, though.
Listen,
Baba no send, though.
He said
it's aura for aura.
He said in his family they don't spend up to 40 years. That in his own case now he's across 50 or so that time. So if anybody kill him now, that is a bonus. So this El-Rufai. I don't know. So when people, there is a level they get in life, they become too arrogant, and they claim it is wisdom. You don't do things with decorum. You don't do things with wisdom. You don't behave and talk anyhow, because you claim you are the Lord of the
Do you know
manor.
that what he did there is a dare? Do you know he's daring the president?
Well,
come and carry me. I go expose you.
I wonder.
I go talk the thing when you know maybe
he was bargaining. He was bargaining. He was bargaining. He knows. There are things they did in that Asoro that he want to even expose.
You tapped the NSA's phone?
So.
Okay, now I remember there was somebody that said that they don't give the president any phone. They don't allow him have access to his phone.
Now, you don't have access to his phone now because of this type of thing. And go and check. It is the same ICT guys they employed do, to help them track other people's phone. They don't know that they use it to track their own phone.
Barrister, we're just talking here. You get plenty things where we don't know. Plenty things. Now waiting they won't make we know, then they let us know small through media.
No,
the people
no,
waiting know waiting they happen. They go just they laugh us as they talk.
These things are possible.
Here?
Esther, remember when they said that a certain individual was planning how to kill Wike with an Israeli man? They had their conversation through phone.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
So there are some high-profile personalities that they listen to their phone discussion 24 hours.
No, but you don't get. You release that information to someone that is not in government.
What? Is that the look?
So you're now
Esther,
telling us on national TV that see
there are
all on our secrets with the hearer.
Was it not the same El-Rufai that told you that they listen to what these terrorists are doing? That they hear them, they do, they hear their conversation. Is it not El-Rufai? That one of the reasons why they don't want to bomb them is to avoid collateral damage with civilians and all. Anyway. Is that not El-Rufai? So he may have his own way. Whether he's even a spirit, we don't know.
Honestly, Nigeria matter can make someone to go gaga. A lot of things are happening in Nigeria, which most of Nigerians are not even aware of them, honestly. Okay, look at today again. Today again, look at security alert. Bandits are currently operating at Kokoso district in Bogo local government area of Niger State. We are deeply saddened by reports of an ongoing attack by bandits in Kokoso, where innocent residents are being targeted and homes set on fire. My people, we have government too, like we have government in Nigeria. Since 6 a.m., like bandits have been operating in this particular community, and no single response from Nigeria security agencies. And we said we have government in Nigeria. Nigerians are just on their own. Nigerians are just on their own, honestly. And some of these northerners, just as the one you just saw earlier, who was defending these terrorists. Can you just imagine that? How many of them have ever come out one day and condemn what these terrorists are doing in the north? Every time they are so interested in the southeast. Just people that are agitating. This man wants Donald Trump to come to southeast and bomb them because they say they don't want to belong to Nigeria. Like, how can he compare people that are agitating for freedom to people that are terrorizing, buying, kidnapping people like terrorists? How can he compare terrorists to people that are agitating to have their own country? Can you just imagine that? This is really, really heartbreaking. The whole thing is so messed up in Nigeria. Just as people said that the only solution is let's divide this country. Chicken, my people, I say make I bring this update to you guys. Please do wait to subscribe if you haven't shared the video, and also leave your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.